Hey folks, how's it going? Ever have one of those days that starts out really bad and then suddenly it becomes all good? Well, you've asked for this and I've been waiting for this for the longest time, because this is the first time in 20 years, 2 decades, that I'm actually driving a bona fide original Proton Satria GTI. Yeah, baby. Can you see the Recaro seats? Oh my god, thank you so much LK for letting me have this car for 24 hours. I am beaming from ear to ear because this is the last new car that I ever bought. In 1998, when the Proton Satria GTI first came out, it coincided with my birthday, and I figured I'd treat myself to a Satria GTI. It was the last new car that I ever bought, and today I'm driving a 2001 model thanks to my buddy. And oh my god, that engine, that 1.8 dual overhead cam 16 valve engine, still so sweet. And this 5-speed manual gearbox, don't worry, I'm gonna show you this car inside and out. I'm just driving to my favorite location now, just to have a, so that we have a little bit of peace and quiet. Oh yes, yes. Oh my god, I'm giddy as a schoolboy. I can't stop beaming. It's still going over these rumble strips beautifully. No rattles, no shakes, no jarring, nothing. And then you settle down, you come to a complete stop, and the car is on. The aircon is cold. Oh my goodness, can you see this? Can you see this? Oh man, look at this. Recaro seats, aluminum gear knob. Don't worry, I'm just talking now, but I'm going to show you this car inside and out. Oh, to find one in this condition, honestly, in this day and age, to find one in this condition is like finding a unicorn. But not only finding a unicorn, befriending it and then riding it on a daily basis. This car, it was a buy and drive. I don't think LK has spent that much on it. The only thing is he found it in East Malaysia. He flew there to see this car, and it was in such original condition. One thing about my buddy is that he doesn't like to buy modified cars, so he was looking for one in original condition, and this is the most original condition Satria GTI that I have come across in a very long time. One of the popular upgrades was actually to change the wheels of the Satria GTI, and I'll show you why in a little while. Although now, to find the original wheels and wheel caps for the Satria GTI is damn near impossible. It's like finding two unicorns. So whoever has kept their Satria GTI, or just a normal Satria, and you found original GTI wheels, well done, because they are damn near impossible to find now. So okay, when this car first came out in 1998, I was blown away. I really was. To me, it is still the best, one of the best, or if not the best Proton ever produced, and no successor. There was no other GTI that came out after the Satria GTI, and this car had input in terms of ride and handling from Lotus. Yes, this car was actually built from the ground up. If I'm not mistaken, it came with a choice of either Pirelli or Michelin tires. Those tires were actually tested on this car. So this car was tested from the ground up to be built according to what they spec'd it as. And I do remember some people changing tires and finding that the handling had been completely thrown off. So it's like the car was made to have these tires, and if you change them, you threw off the handling. That is how precise. Oh, and it still feels so nice. Oh man, you know what? I'm not gonna edit this video. It's just gonna be one long take, because this car, oh baby, oh so sweet. This car does not need any editing. This car does not need any special effects. This car does not need any heel and toe. Chug it into the corner. Nice. That thing tuck that you're hearing is just my sunglasses case. Now, so many people have come very, very close looking at this car because they cannot believe what they are seeing. There are a multitude of Satrias out there that have been modified to look like a Satria GTI, but it's not a Satria GTI. It's a clone or an upgraded Satria 1.6 to make it look like a Satria GTI. And that's the reason why I cannot let this car out of my sight, nor let anybody else test it. I promised it would be parked in the house because this car is still being stolen. This car's parts stripped down. The only thing they can't use is the chassis because of the chassis number, but everything else is cannibalized because the sum of this car's parts are worth more than the whole car put together. The Recaro seats, the Momo steering, well, this one's got an airbag. Mine didn't have an airbag, so this must have come out later. Anyway, the aluminium gear knob, the gearbox, the engine, everything else can be used. Everything else is plug and play for a normal Satria. So the sum of parts in this car actually costs more than the whole car itself. You can strip this car. What am I saying? No, don't ever do that. If you can find one that's unmolested, unmodified like this, and you're in for a treat now, because I'm actually going to show you. I'm going to do a very quick walk around and show you just how wonderful this car is. Just give me a second. Oh, the gearbox just clicks into place. Oh my god, I'm getting tears in my eyes because this car reminds me so much of the one that I used to have. Now, bullshit aside, and without any arrogance or without any bragging, I gotta tell you, this car was built to handle the twists and turns of Fraser's Hill. Okay, it's only a 1.8, so straight line speed, 200 maybe maxed out. But on the twists and turns between second and third gear, oh my god, this car on Fraser's Hill, it was untouchable. It was untouchable. I have so many fond memories of this car. It's really amazing. And you know what? I think a lot of people still remember this car and they still know this car because they come very close. They come and have a look. Okay, I'm putting my GoPro back into my holder now, so do excuse me a second. There we go. So check it out, the aluminum gear knob. Yeah, that lock which locks the clutch, or is it the brake? Locks the brake or the clutch and the steering wheel. Very important deterrence for theft. But here you go, the white dials. This car has only got 95,331 kilometers on its odometer. Everything is still original except for this. This is a different head unit, but never mind, forgiven. I'll tell you a funny story. I had my car for 3 months. 3 months before a friend of mine in the Satria GTI club pointed out the fact that I had cup holders. I had no idea these existed. Thank you, Proton USBD salesman, for telling me. I didn't know this was there. So yes, the Recaro seats and the rear seats look like they've not been sat on. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The roof lining is still nice. This is exactly what I had as well. I think some units may have come with a second airbag. I don't think so though. Mine didn't have that, so it's just a little cubby hole, and that sound that you were hearing just now was my sunglasses case going back and forth. But yep, this carbon fiber finish is still here, and this, I mean, the nuts that go around the gear gaiter, beautiful. And this chunky handbrake. Yeah, normal Proton handbrakes were a lot thinner. This one was chunky. This was a real man's handbrake. Yes, look at that. Feels like you're holding your you-know-what. You know, very manly. Sorry, I'm just really excited to be in a Proton Satria GTI. Are you ready to see the outside? Are you ready? I don't care if you're not. But, yep, here we go. There you go, folks. The original Proton Satria GTI. Now, the only thing missing is this logo here. But you know what? It was a Bulan Sabit with the star in the middle. Yeah, the crescent moon and the star in the middle that's missing. But forget it. Who cares? Check this out. Down to the original tailpipes. And tuned by Lotus. So that badge wasn't just something you could buy. It's even got Anthony Colin Bruce Chapman's initials in it, right there. Those wheels are incredibly hard to find these days. But just check it out. So yeah, sorry about the door problem just now. Not the car's fault. I think I pulled the handle too soon. Too excited. Lovely. The back seats look like they have not even been sat in. And of course, what's a GTI if I don't show you the engine, the heart of this car? But before that, let's just take a look at how beautiful this car is. It is still my favorite Proton of all the Protons that have ever come out. Followed closely by the Putra, another one that did not have a successor. And there it is, the original Satria GTI engine. Dual overhead cam, 16 valve fuel injection, 1.8, only a 4-cylinder, but wow, what an engine. I mean, this is one of the best engines that Proton has ever used. And if you can look closely there, it's still got the Proton oil filter as well. So nice. So nice. I mean, look at that. All the way from Kuching to here. What a find. What an absolute incredible find. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. This car is just wonderful. There's no two ways of saying it. It's just a wonderful, wonderful hot hatch. The best hot hatch. Power windows still work. NVH is still good. Amazing. So yeah, wow. Like I said, this car brings back a lot of memories because it was the last car I ever bought which had a higher purchase loan attached to it. After that, it was all just cash buys. But what an incredible car. I'm gonna put my GoPro back in the holder. So here we go. Yeah, amazing, absolutely amazing. If you can find one in as original condition as this, and if you can afford it, you need to do yourself a favor and actually get one, because they're getting so hard to find these days. And because it's essentially a Japanese engine, I mean, it's from Mitsubishi, let's not beat around the bush on that. It's reliable, it's easy to maintain, the road tax is cheap, it's just a 1.8. But then, put it into gear. Oh man. This engine, oh, this engine. And the car still feels solid, planted. This car was made with passion. This car was made to last. And last it has. Oh man. Love it. Absolutely love it. A true blue hot hatch. No excuses. No quarter asked. None given. It was amazing when it first came out. It really raised the bar of hot hatches. Proton raised the bar of hot hatches in the late 90s. When this car came out, everybody wanted one. And then there was no successor. Oh, that was the biggest. Yes, a lot of people say the Neo R3 and stuff like that, those were successors to it, but not really, you know, not really. There was no real successor to the Satria GTI. Suspension is still good. The engine feels so eager to rev. So smooth, the gears click into place. Oh man, I miss this car. You could just chuck it into any corner, it would just take it. And I remember vividly just how quick, in terms of point and shoot driving characteristics, how quick this car was on the twists and turns of Fraser's Hill. Oh man, really. Oh, I'm getting a bit emotional here because yeah, that cars do have an effect on me, and yeah, this one's bringing back a heck of a lot of nice memories. Back when I was 20 years younger, had a lot of hair, had a lot more hair than this, that's for sure. Oh wow, this engine. Snatch the next gear, coming up to a corner, heel and toe, downshift, keep the revs up, just chuck it in. Wow, amazing. Really folks, if you have a desire to own a hot hatch or something with 3 pedals, 5-speed manual. You have got to check out something local. You've got to check this car out. Again, if you can find one in unmolested condition, unmodified condition, again, that's very hard. But it's possible because I am driving one now. I am driving one as we speak, an unmolested, original condition Satria GTI. There are some out there. I'm sure there are more. People who have them probably don't want to sell them. And I don't blame them for not wanting to sell them. I know they are coming up in pricing about, what, 30, almost 30,000 for real original ones. I don't know how much my buddy paid for this, but whatever he paid for it, even bringing it in with the RoRo cost, the roll-on, roll-off costs of bringing a car in from East Malaysia, worth it! So worth it. Oh my. Yeah, the smiles are real. Satria GTI, the best Proton that Proton ever made. And I stand by that. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you so much, LK, for letting me try this car. What a gem. What an absolute gem. Just give you one last look at it before I end off. Yes. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, folks, take care. Bye-bye.